Hello everyone, my name is Lennon. Now before I dive into this video, I would like to state that as of June 18th, I no longer have a 9 to 5. I have completely focused on my business, working for myself, helping my businesses grow. That comes into everything that ties into like updating my websites, updating my pricing, having everything on hand, troubleshooting and delegating what tasks I need to complete, what makes my job easier, what makes me more productive, what produces money in my sleep. So by following these steps and being conscious about my spending, the money coming in, what my goals are, this has given me the freedom to now focus on my businesses and my careers, and my bills are still being paid because of it. This takes time, it doesn't happen overnight. You need to be patient with yourself. This took me about 3 years to get to this point, and I truly was focused in those 3 years. There was some distractions like everything, like life, but overall, you just need to have a goal, follow it, and anything getting in the way of that, including yourself, you need to be completely stern and say like, hey, like, no, I need to do this. I have a reason. Nothing and no one is getting in my way of completing that. If it takes me 4 months, additional months because I have a setback, let it be, but I'm gonna get there. The first step that I took in order to be a little bit more cost effective and save, invest, cut down my expenses, the first thing that I had to do was create a sheet formula that had all of my bills in one place. And I grouped it by the date it was due because that's the easiest way. I had already managed my money depending on whether, like, if I was paid on the first week of the month, then that paycheck would be destined for that day 1 through 10, right? And then if I was paid towards the end of the month, then it would either revolve, right? Or I would have to use that payment for like the end of the month payments or the beginning of the new month, depending on when I got paid. So you have to figure out what works best for you. But I would place all my bills on one side of the Excel sheet. In the middle was the due date, the minimum payment, the payment that I could pay, and then I would tally all that up, right? And then once I was able to see, like, okay, in a given month, I need to make this amount of money, I started tackling down on my expenses. I started bringing the credit card that had the highest interest rate. I started putting $50 more, and then when I was able to put more, I put in more until that one was paid off, and then I would dive into the next one. If I had, like, say, a $500 bonus all of a sudden, and I had a credit card like a Macy's balance of like $235, I would just pay that right off the bat and not use it in the event that I need it or to keep the card open. So that was one. I identified my bills, how much I needed to make a month. The next step was I tracked all of my expenses, all of them, literally. Like, I would go on my bank account and I would go on another tab from the same budget sheet formula. I would go on another tab and I would put all of the expenses for the month of May, all of the expenses for the month of June. And I wanted to see what my trend was. Was I spending more on food? Was I spending more on going out, on clothing, impulse buying, impulse purchases? I used to coupon a lot. And yes, it did save me money, but it cost me a lot of time. And then I had like an influx of things that I didn't even use just because I was getting them literally for free or like pennies worth, but I didn't even use them. So I was like, why am I just like, yeah, I go out there and I hunt in the thrill and the adrenaline, but I don't need it. So then I stopped couponing, extreme couponing, where, you know, you can get free things off of CVS and Walgreens, and not necessarily free, but because you knew how to coupon and stack codes and stack coupons, you knew how to get a bang for your buck. So I stopped couponing and I just focused on what I needed. And if I had a coupon, if there was a sale, if there was a discount, I started focusing on the discounts and I started focusing on how long it actually takes to use that item in full. Because 9 out of 10 times I would buy in excess. Like I had this body scrub and I had vanilla body scrub and I had Dove body scrub. And oh my God, they came out with the crumble smell. I wanted to buy that too. I was buying in excess. So once I saw that down and I started remembering, what did I buy at Walmart? What did I buy at Target? I stopped. Then I just started focusing on, like, I really enjoy my moisturizer. So I started seeing how long it takes me to use it and when the next sale will be for that Peter Roth triple moisturizer. It does wonders for my, like, you know your body by now. You know what your body needs, what your skin needs. This is no filter. This is just me. So you can see me in the sun, you know. So then I started saying, okay, it lasts me a good 5 to 6 months. So then I only need to purchase it twice a year. And I know that October, November, Ulta has a discount, like buy one, get one free or 40% off. So then I'll save for that time frame, right? And I have it on my Excel worksheet. Because I'm tracking. I'm like my own algorithm. I'm tracking and monitoring my spending when the sales are for that specific item. Not over purchasing, not having 7 body soaps, 8 body scrubs, how many face serums. It's utilizing what I have and finishing it until it's done, like infinite. Like I can't even get anything out, even if I cut it or like put water in it, it's done. So I don't hoard anymore. And that also has helped me keep my house better organized because every shelf space, every cabinet has its specific thing. Another thing that helped me, that started helping me save money was cutting down on the subscriptions. So if I had like a HBO Max, Prime, Netflix, Disney, Discovery, I cut down on the ones that I didn't utilize a lot. Like I only use Discovery to watch 1,000 Pound Sisters, which is my absolute favorite. So I cut that down. All of a sudden, if I want to watch something, I start watching it on YouTube because people are always recording it and placing it on there. But I noticed another thing, they were also on HBO, so I was paying HBO and Discovery, but it was available on both. So I definitely removed Discovery. Eventually I removed HBO as well, and I just have Prime, Disney, Netflix, and Peacock. The rest of the apps are free, so there's no reason to. Okay, so that was another thing. So that's 4 things so far. Another thing that I started getting myself, because now, okay, when you change something, when you truly start making one thing a habit, it truly becomes a habit, and it's not difficult anymore. So you no longer have to question it, think about it. It just comes naturally to you. Like every day, I know for a fact, I have money in the bank, all my bills are paid, but I still check my Sheets formula and I double check and cross check that all the payments did go through, are a-okay. I don't ever worry about whether there's money or there's not, because I know that there's money. I know that, you get into the habit of things. So going off of that, cooking, it's second nature now. You can give me whatever you'd like, and I can make a meal out of that. I can make breakfast out of that. I can make lunch out of that. So now breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it just comes natural to me. I don't ever have a headache thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't make this because I don't have that. Like I use what I have, literally. I use what I have. I don't go out and follow trends. I don't go out and buy additional things, items. Not because I can't. Understand that. You finally get to the point where you have an abundance of money, but you choose to invest it. You spend it methodically. Like everything has its destiny, its location. You don't ever stress about money. It's not because, how do I explain it? Some people may see like, oh, she never buys lunch, she never orders out. I have a free subscription to DoorDash because of the T-Mobile perks. That's also another thing. Look into the perks that you have because you have a credit card. I have Chase. Capital One, I'm sorry, not Chase. I have Capital One Venture card that covers me for when I go on a TSA pre-check. That covers. I have a lot of discounts at hotels. I have free insurance if I were to rent a car. Like, your credit cards have a lot of benefits, so it's good to take advantage of those benefits. Your cell phone packages, they also have benefits, so take a look at all the benefits that you can get for free. Okay, if it wasn't given to me, I would not have a DoorDash membership. I'm not about to spend more money on somebody bringing my stuff when I can easily place the order myself. So there are just 5 friendly things that you can do to start saving money. The other ones are a little bit more disciplined, where you have to have these factored out, and you have to be conscious of what you're spending and your spending habits and your expenses, your bills, in order to go into part 2. So it's all like a game. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Level 1, level 2, level 3.